So I am glad that I am given the opportunity to talk to you about Puerto Rico. But first, let me thank Americans for Financial Reform and all of the participants for organizing this important campaign. Now more than ever, the Take on Wall Street agenda is critical for all Americans. And by all Americans, I also mean those in Puerto Rico where I was born. Our island is facing a debt crisis of epic proportions, and the fingerprints of Wall Street greed are all over it. There is a lot of blame to go around. The island's government, the U.S. government, but also investment banks, mutual funds, and hedge funds that enable and advise the island to take on more and more debt. In the end, some of them made millions in fee advising the government, while others are now pushing the island into a humanitarian crisis. Puerto Rico has already cut essential services in order to slash public spending. Funding for law enforcement has dropped 3 years in a row. 200 schools have closed, and the territory cut health spending by $42 million this year alone for an island with 3.5 million people. The island defaulted on a bond payment on May 1st of $422 million and faces another $2 billion payment on July 1st. Yet, the hedge funds have called for even more cuts to education, health care, and workers' wages and benefits. They even proposed that Puerto Rico sell $4 billion in government buildings, sell $1 billion in port assets, and increase tax collection by $1 billion a year. Puerto Rico has the highest sales tax in the nation, almost 12%. In other words, they will rather squeeze blood from a stone, extracting any cash they can find on the island, than let Puerto Rico restructure its debt. And now, Puerto Rico is the unfortunate poster child of what can go wrong when you put your trust in Wall Street. So, yes, for Puerto Rico's sake, let's take on Wall Street. Now more than ever, we need to hold them accountable. And I believe that this agenda is exactly what we need. We must close the tax loophole for the very hedge fund managers that are holding Puerto Rico hostage. Make Wall Street pay their fair share to help rebuild our aging infrastructure and improve access to health care. Reform the mega banks so that everyday Americans are not on the hook for Wall Street risky activities. Bring real investor protection to the island, including applying the 1940 Investment Company Act, which I am working to do through legislation as we speak. Puerto Rico and the territories are the only place in the United States of America without such protection. And making sure that hedge funds' investment decisions are transparent for all the world to see. The truth is that the 3.5 million Americans that live in Puerto Rico have already suffered enough at the hands of Wall Street. Now is the time to have their back and take on Wall Street. Just do that. I am with you. I'm ready to roll my sleeve and bring fairness to consumers and workers in this country. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Undercurrent under the surface makes the mainstream